Welcome to Bible Wisdom Stories, the channel where we delve into the timeless narratives and powerful lessons of the Scriptures. I'm delighted to have you with us as we uncover the rich history, captivating characters, and spiritual insights that have molded our faith. Today, our focus shifts to an intriguing segment of the Bible, the closing days of King Solomon, one of the most esteemed and renowned figures in history. Though Solomon is celebrated for his extraordinary wisdom, immense wealth, and the grand construction of the Temple in Jerusalem, his story also imparts crucial lessons about the repercussions of deviating from God's path. Throughout this episode, we will traverse the peaks and valleys of Solomon's reign, from his divine ascension to the throne to the choices that led to his eventual downfall. This narrative serves as a potent reminder that even the most blessed among us can face great challenges when we let external influences diminish our faith. Join us as we unravel the wisdom, trials, and consequences of King Solomon's life, all while contemplating how these lessons resonate with our spiritual journey. Before we proceed, don't forget to subscribe to Bible Stories. By subscribing, you'll stay informed about all our future episodes as we continue to explore the incredible tales found in the Bible. If you find today's video enlightening, please share your thoughts and reflections in the comments, and share this video with your community, family, and friends. Your support is key in spreading these life-altering messages to more people, and we'd love to hear from you. Solomon, the son of David and Bathsheba, stands as one of the Bible's most prominent figures, known for his unmatched wisdom, vast wealth, and significant role in constructing the Temple of Jerusalem. His ascent to Israel's throne was marked by family turmoil and profound challenges. After King David's death, Adonijah, Solomon's older brother, attempted to seize the throne. Yet, through the intervention of the prophet Nathan and Bathsheba, God's chosen one, Solomon, was crowned king. The divine prophecy given to David in 1 Chronicles 22 was explicit. "You have shed much blood and waged many wars. Therefore, you will not build a temple in my name. However, your son, a man of peace, will build it." This son, Solomon, whose name is derived from the Hebrew word shalom, meaning peace, ushered in tranquility during his reign. Solomon's rule over Israel spanned approximately 40 years, from 971 to 931 BC. While little is recorded about his youth, biblical narratives provide a glimpse into the complex family dynamics of his upbringing. David, with his many wives, faced frequent power struggles among his children, each vying for influence. Solomon's rise came at a time of heightened tension as a struggle for the throne unfolded during David's final years. Prior to this, Absalom, another of Solomon's half-brothers, had attempted and failed to usurp the throne, and later Adonijah made a similar attempt, even staging a coronation with the support of David's former general Joab and the priest Abiathar. Bathsheba, Nathan, and the priest Zadok intervened, reminding David of his promise to make Solomon his successor. David acted, and Solomon was anointed king, likely around the age of 18, with Zadok presiding over his coronation. Early in his reign, Solomon focused on uniting the kingdom and fostering peace. His exceptional wisdom, which set him apart as a leader, was revealed through a covenant he made with God. This covenant, recorded in 1 Kings, was solidified in Gibeon, where Solomon offered sacrifices to God. That night, in a dream, God appeared to Solomon, offering him anything he desired. Solomon humbly requested wisdom to govern the people with fairness and justice, acknowledging his need for divine guidance. His choice to seek wisdom over personal gain demonstrated his commitment to leading with integrity. God was pleased with Solomon's request and granted him not only wisdom, but also unprecedented wealth and honor. A well-known example of Solomon's wisdom is the famous story of two women who came before him, both claiming to be the mother of the same child. This tale, found in 1 Kings 3, showcases Solomon's unparalleled ability to deliver just and wise judgments. At this critical moment, two women approached King Solomon, seeking resolution to their dispute over a child. Rather than making a hasty decision, Solomon proposed a shocking solution: to cut the child in two, giving each woman half. The women's reactions quickly revealed the true mother. The woman who truly loved the child pleaded for the baby's life, even suggesting the child be given to the other woman instead. In contrast, the other woman, who was not the child's mother, agreed to Solomon's suggestion. Solomon, using his wisdom, recognized the real mother, the one willing to give up her child to save its life, and decreed that the child be given to her. Beyond his wisdom, Solomon was known for his remarkable achievements, most notably the construction of the Temple of Jerusalem. This monumental project became not only the spiritual heart of the kingdom, but also a symbol of God's enduring presence among the Israelites. The grandeur of the temple reflected both Solomon's administrative skills and the kingdom's wealth and prosperity. Although the desire to build a temple had originally been conceived by his father, King David, it was Solomon who brought this grand vision to life. The biblical account details the precious materials used, such as cedar wood from Lebanon and pure gold for its decorations, showcasing Solomon's dedication to honoring God. The chosen site for the temple, Mount Moriah, held deep significance as it was the place where Abraham had shown his faith by being willing to sacrifice his son Isaac. This act of faith underscored the temple's role in continuing the covenant relationship between God and his people. The Temple of Solomon became Israel's spiritual and cultural hub, uniting the people in worship. Solomon also focused on building international alliances, expanding trade, and strengthening diplomatic relations. A famous example is the visit of the Queen of Sheba, who came to test Solomon's wisdom as recorded in 1 Kings and 2 Chronicles. Upon arriving in Jerusalem, the queen presented challenging questions, all of which Solomon answered with ease. The queen's visit, with a caravan filled with spices, gold, and precious stones, highlighted the importance of diplomacy. Solomon also formed alliances with other nations, including Egypt and Phoenicia, by marrying princesses from neighboring kingdoms, a common practice to secure peace. However, despite his wisdom and accomplishments, Solomon was not without faults. His reign was marred by personal failures that had lasting impacts on Israel's future. One significant misstep was his involvement with foreign women, which went against God's instructions. According to 1 Kings 11, Solomon took many foreign wives, including the daughter of Pharaoh and princesses from neighboring nations, violating God's law that forbade such marriages. Solomon's marriages were more than just political alliances. They introduced foreign customs and religious practices into Israel. His foreign wives brought with them their own religious traditions, which gradually had a negative impact on Solomon. Over time, he began to tolerate the worship of various idols and even participated in rituals that directly opposed the exclusive worship of the God of Israel. This drift from faith culminated in the construction of temples for the deities of his wives, an act that blatantly defied God's commandments. Solomon's apostasy, including the building of altars for idols, is detailed in 1 Kings 11 and 12, marking the final phase of his life and reign. Throughout his time as king, Solomon not only engaged in diplomatic relations, such as the visit from the Queen of Sheba, but also formed marital alliances with princesses from nearby nations like Egypt and Phoenicia. This was a common strategy to secure peace and strengthen ties between kingdoms. However, despite his fame for wisdom and grandeur, Solomon was not without faults. One of his significant errors was disobeying divine instructions by marrying foreign women, including the daughter of Pharaoh. As detailed in 1 Kings 11, these wives, who worshipped other gods, brought foreign religious influences into Israel. As Solomon began to allow and participate in idol worship, his loyalty to the God of Israel weakened. This turn of events culminated in the construction of temples for the gods of his wives, directly contradicting God's laws. This period of Solomon's reign was a mixture of both glory and downfall, revealing the complexities of his leadership. His decision to marry foreign women and accept their gods had dire consequences, leading to God's anger. As a result, adversaries arose against Solomon, including Jeroboam, one of his trusted officials, who eventually rebelled and led the northern tribes. Solomon's death marked the end of a significant era. After ruling for 40 years, he passed away, leaving behind a legacy that included the construction of the magnificent Temple of Jerusalem and a reign of peace and prosperity. While the Bible does not detail the cause of Solomon's death, 1 Kings 11 verses 41 to 43 notes that his actions and wisdom are recorded in the book of the Acts of the Kings of Israel. Solomon was laid to rest in the city of David, and his son Rehoboam succeeded him as king. Solomon's death and the division of the kingdom marked the end of his unified reign over Israel. He passed away of natural causes at the age of approximately 80. Following his death, his son Rehoboam ascended to the throne. However, the majority of Israel's tribes, 10 out of 12, refused to acknowledge him as their leader. This led to the split of the once united monarchy, with Jeroboam assuming control over the northern kingdom of Israel, while Rehoboam continued to govern the much smaller southern kingdom of Judah. The two realms would remain separated from that point forward. Regarding Solomon's death, the Bible indicates, particularly in the first book of Kings, that he died of natural causes after ruling for 40 years in Jerusalem over all Israel. The second book of Chronicles recounts that Solomon was succeeded by his son Rehoboam, based on the records of the prophet Nathan. However, unlike his father and grandfather, Rehoboam failed to gain widespread support and was rejected by a large portion of the kingdom's citizens. The deeds of Solomon, spanning from his rise to power until his death, are detailed in various texts, including the history of the prophet Nathan, the prophecy of Ahijah of Shiloh, and the visions of the prophet Iddo. The latter texts also cover the reign of Rehoboam. Solomon ruled for 40 years in Jerusalem as king over all Israel. Upon his death, he was buried in the city of David, and his son Rehoboam took over the throne. Thank you for joining us today as we explored the remarkable yet cautionary tale of King Solomon's final days. This story serves as a profound lesson on the importance of staying faithful to God, no matter how blessed or wise we may be. Solomon's rise to greatness, followed by his gradual fall due to poor choices and the influence of foreign idols, reminds us that our relationship with God must always come first. We hope this episode has inspired you to reflect on the challenges and temptations we all face and how we can remain steadfast in our faith, just as Solomon's early wisdom guided him. If you found today's episode insightful, don't forget to subscribe to Bible Stories for more in-depth biblical teachings and lessons. We're passionate about bringing you content that helps strengthen your spiritual walk and deepen your understanding of Scripture. Please also leave a like, drop a comment with your thoughts or favorite parts of Solomon's story, and share this video with your community, family, and friends. Let's spread these powerful stories and lessons to as many people as we can. Thank you for being part of this journey with us, and we'll see you in the next episode.